Leo, how you doing, guys? So we're here to do your December Happy Christmas, Leo, but I will be back doing other readings during December, but Happy Christmas anyway, Leo. I hope you have a really good one. So let's see, just a couple of things to go over. If you are interested in the music intro that I do and the videos and all that kind of stuff that we put at the beginning of this and things that I have been releasing, if you're interested in that, I've got a new project underway and a lot of it will be released also on a new channel that I've got going, which is called Everything, that you can find in the description box. If you're interested in subscribing, I really would appreciate your support. But there will be multiple different things that I've done on there. That's why it's called Everything. Also, if it's in the description, if you want to join, I would appreciate it. Also, the recommended reader for this month is Opaloracle, and you can find the link to hers and everybody else that I've been sharing out in the description box if you want to pay it forward and go over to those channels and see what you think. And then also say hi and try to get a shout out. I really would appreciate that too. I think it's great to support one another in what we do to create things. So let's see. So the reason why I've got your cards out is because it's very early. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning and I have to get the juices flowing. Sometimes you'll see that, but they were flying out and I had to take them anyway. So what you've got for a start is the King of Blades. Okay, so labeling something. This is a landlord that's refusing to do something. So this is ticket item. Some of you it might go to court or whatever it is, but it's a decision that seems to be in someone's power. It's like favor. It's like it's very difficult to change someone's mind. If you're trying to change someone's mind and you're trying to fight their conditioning, it's very difficult, and that might be if you are in conflict, because the King of Blades can be someone that owns their own business, but it might be someone that's like trying to find out your business. Okay, so you've got the World. So this is where sitting round. So someone's sitting on something or some kind of information that they're not releasing. So it's causing some kind of possible argument, or because it can be an argumentative energy, because it can be someone that's very stern that's in your life, okay? But this is where there's a needed energy to sit round a table and have a discussion about what to do next, okay? So it's ending. Something's ending as something's also trying to begin itself. But it seems like I'm picking up self, like someone's thinking about themselves all the time. Now, if you're thinking about yourself all the time, that's great. But if you're in an argument with someone over things that are owed and due and labels of tables and chairs and God knows what else, what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine, there might need to be a discussion that you're thinking of having with somebody that could be very difficult for you to come to terms with, something that you need to sit around a table and have a discussion, okay? And it would be to do with money. So you've also got Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, but it would generally be to do with health. This is also Leo as well, so it might be a Leo with Earth in their chart. Okay, so there's some kind of wealth that's being looked at. Wealth, someone's wealthy and healthy. Wealthy and healthy, but someone could be unhealthy. And that's why there's a discussion that's needed, because it would be to do with general money and kind of aspects of money. Okay. So you had the Knight of Coins, okay, the Knight of Coins for December. So this is where someone's losing interest. So someone that's losing interest is what I'm picking up, losing interest. Or there's an interest of somebody, but there's a lack of interest with someone, because this is the Knight of Pentacles where it's not going. So I'm picking up, channeling through it, that it's because of interest rates. The rates are being looked at, like bills and someone that owns the business or somebody that owns a house, okay? But because it would be a landlord. So there might be a landlord that's very stern at the moment around you, and it might be where there's interest rates that are becoming very high, because this person could have a higher hierarchy. So it could be regimented. So there's a structure that someone's following that might be causing conflict to you, because it just don't seem to be going anywhere. Okay, but that might be to do with a landlord of where you're at, but it might be to do with a job where you're just stuck at work all the time, but it's bringing in money and it's bringing in stuff, but there is something around you of an energy where it just don't seem to be going anywhere. But this would be terms and conditions that are set, or terms and conditions of an agreement that you agreed to, that you're fulfilling your contract. Because this is a contract, this is the World, so you're trying to fulfill a contract, but whatever it is that you're doing, it might be causing conflict because it's like a lack of interest. Whoever it is around you has a lack of interest of a true discussion. Like, so if you're in discussions with someone and it is causing conflict, it's because someone's like not interested. That's why I'm picking up interest. So it will also be to do with money. That might be, I don't know whether it's a good positive or negative, but it is to do with, like, some of it is an interest. And you've got the Death card, so you've got Scorpio. So this, in the Rider-Waite deck, this is the Hierophant that stands in front of the Scorpio energy. So it could be a Taurus, but this is where things are looming and appearing that something is very, very stuck. Very stuck, because you've also got the Knight of Pentacles. So it seems like a contract that you're still trying to fulfill, but it seems like I just don't seem to be going anywhere with it. And it's very difficult to, because there's a contract of Taurus energy of which still relates to a contract where it remains to be seen. There's something that still remains to be seen, because it just feels like whoever it is in your energy can be very stubborn around ending something, like a contract of money, but it might not be money. It's money's involved. There's an involvement, and there's something that's gone on for a long time, because the world would mean that it's gone on for because you've got like a lot of strong energy. So it's like it's gone on for a long time, whatever it is, and whatever it is that's gone on for a long time, it just doesn't seem to be going anywhere. So not all of this is going to relate to your relationship factor. This is why I do money and involvements. But if you're in a relationship and it's very struggling, and you're really struggling, these energies to me are relating to either money being a struggle or money's not a struggle, but there is something in your energy that I can't pick up on who's who, because it's general, of a struggle. It's a struggle to do something. It's also a struggle to do with gaining someone's interest, because whoever it is that's not like interested, these are people that are trying to get someone's interest, but they're not interested. They're just continuing on at work. So it's like, well, either way, I'm going forward, but it's like I'm losing interest. Like I'm losing interest. Because these are rates. I keep picking up rates to do with like bills and things that are looming. So you've got a new beginning. So you've got Pisces card, which is bright and airy, but this is like a contract of a building as well in the background, that it's kind of like is in work. So something's in the works and something's in your mind of a new beginning that you want, because it's taking a journey. So there's a big spiritual journey that you're on. So you're obviously picking up on synchronicities of numbers and things like that, but it feels to me like some of you just literally want to travel, but you work a lot and you just want to get out. It's kind of like, I keep hearing get out. It's like, will you get out? Will you get out? Will you leave? But I can't leave. It's kind of like that. It's like, I want to leave, but I can't leave. So if you're with a partner that's, I don't like to keep going over this one, but if you're with a partner that's with a partner, this is why that comes up in the deeper soulmate looking into their life, okay? And then we go over thoughts and feelings. But if you've got somebody in your energy like that, then that's where I'll be able to pick up on what they're thinking and feeling. But a lot of it is to do with, like, I want a new beginning, but I just can't at the moment. But I'm also hearing, will you get out? Like, will you get out? Like, I'm being put out. Some of it is I'm being put out. I'm having to keep doing this, but I'm feeling like I'm put out. So it might not be a home, but I just feel like I'm having to go out my way to continuously do this. And all I feel is put out, like left out. It's a bit like the Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles feeling. But like I feel put out. Because there's someone in this circle that you're in, which would be anybody in your soul group circle, also spiritual circle of like soulmate energy. So parents, this would be grandparents and parents also knowing. So there's a knowing and there's a feeling that something's stuck, but this might be where you're discussing things with your partner or with your parents of what you can do about earning some money, some more money, or what you can do about a contract that is to do with landlords and things of a business also. What can I do? So some of you might be in that process of thinking and manifesting, what can I do about this situation to your partner? or to people that, not two people, like to people, about spreading this contract of something at work. Also, how can I make my business better? Some of that. Some of it might be to do with this contract is looming to the appearance that it's soon going to end. Whatever it ends, it has to have a beginning. It really does. It has to have that beginning. And there it is, the Fool energy. So a lot of you have aspirations of wanting to dream and to travel and go. But that's why I'm picking up go. It's like, will you go? Will you talk? Will you do something? And it's kind of like, I can't at the moment. You know, I can't end. Whatever this is, I can't end it. So if you are with another person that's with somebody, okay, if people are, then this would be an energy that's felt through what you might be discussing with your partner over whatever that is. But it's like, will you end it? Will you just say something? Will you do something? Will you please end it? Because it's, you might be even saying that to yourself. I wish this would just end because it's just not going anywhere and I don't know. But you have a bright outlook. So live, see, things are in the balance too. Some of this could be Libra energy. Libra, there could be a Libra, you know, Libra's come up a lot in the readings that I've done. And you can't sway a Libra's mind or their path because they just represent justice, okay? So there's some kind of justice that's trying to be prevailed, okay, like a revealing energy of something, but it's trying to change someone's mind about this new beginning. So you might have a great new beginning in whatever it is that you're thinking of, okay, and that you've got a fresh start and that you've got a beginning in some parts of your life, but at the moment there's still something that's looming of, I don't know whether it's ended or not. Like, I don't know whether there's a new beginning or whether you can move, because the Taurus energy would be about a business or a financial move or an actual move from one contract to another, or a house to one place to another of terms and conditions that are set by new people. So that would also be new soul groups and people, okay? So a lot of it is where there's things that you might be thinking about, money and stuff that I can do, but at the moment I'm just stuck and like glue. That's just what I heard. Like, I'm stuck like glue, and it don't seem to be going forward. So it's a lot to do with a move completely. This person's frantic. There's a frantic energy of having to collect everything together off their workstation. So some of it is a station that you're probably like a train station, but a station that you're wanting to move from one department to another department. That might be your work, but there's also a department store, I'm hearing, for some of you, like owning your own business or a department store, or it's an actual department, like a house, which is a move where you're trying to frantically gather everything together, or someone is trying to gather all their things together to actually move and get out. Because this is where I'm just overwhelmed with work. I'm overstressed, overburdened. There's a lot going on in my life. I've got a move going on. I've got a financial move going on. I've got a landlord that's kind of probably on my back with, I don't know, because there's some good energy there. Because I keep picking up this King of Coins as a brighter day. Like, there's a brighter day. But because I'm picking up like night and day. Like, some of it is probably because you're working night and day. Night and day, night and day, night and day, night and day, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. This is a 9 to 5 working. But some of it, like I said, is to do with where it is deciding through this Two of Pentacles, I've got a fresh beginning and a fresh start here. And it's right here. But I need to gather all my stuff together. But I'm having to sell some things first. Or I'm having to go through all of my papers, and I'm having to go through all my clothes, and I'm having to go through everything that I own. This person owns their own business, or they own stuff, and because you own it, there's more of a discussion of it not going anywhere. And it's because of if it is to do with the fact that someone's moving, then there's just a lot on, because I've got a lot to deal with now. I've got a lot of work to deal with. I've got a lot of things to pay close attention to. If this is the relationship factor that's not in good standing, then it might be because there's just work in general that's in the way of something. But there, I keep picking up that there is somebody of a soul group person that is in your energy. So they can be mothers, fathers, children, friends, landlords, anybody. But that is in your energy. Excuse me, I do need a drink a second. So you come up against then, which is the five of cups. Sorry, I thought it was the 5 of coins. This is someone like mourning. Someone's mourning someone or something. But this is an energy where someone blatantly refuses to do anything. You know, there's someone in your energy. If this is your partner, then, because the 5 of coins, the 5 of cups, if you're in a relationship with someone else that's in a relationship, sorry, I'm not laughing, but like if you are, then this is because they're stuck on them. But whatever it is someone is stuck like glue. It's kind of like I'm stuck on them, or I'm stuck, or like I'm stuck at work all the time and I'm missing someone, but someone's also missing out. It's kind of like, will you get out? Will you get out? Because there's difference of opinion of compatibility where this cycle's trying to end, and this person that's in your energy that's causing that conflict is not allowing you to move forward spiritually, but also not allowing your mind to be clear, because it seems like they're not speaking clearly, because the person that also could be reflected through this could be frantic. So if you're seeing someone frantic energy, and they're always frantic, but it's kind of like an argumentative frustration is what I'm picking up, like a frustrating energy, because it just seems that whatever this contract is just frustrating you that much that it's making your work harder, or they're making you work harder for your job, or they're making you work harder to find out why this is not ending. It's because you're not ending it, you know, and it always does come down to that. It comes down to judgment, where you have to end the contract for personal growth. So it would always come down to break a chain in a cycle, it takes one person to literally back off and walk away if you have energy that's stopping you and restricting you, because there's someone that could be very strict in your energy, and they're very strict, and they could ask you to do a lot, but they don't do a lot. You know, it's like, well, you don't do a lot. Well, I do a lot, and you don't do a lot. Well, I'm asking you to do this, but why is it that every time you ask me to do something, like, it's strange. It's things like when strange things happen is also what I'm hearing. Like, stuff seems to be happening that's strange to you. But I'm picking that up through this 10 of Wands as well, where there's like rearranging the home, organized. Someone's very organized around the home. It's like, I need to be very organized, because this person here is organized as well, and they organize themselves to a specific structure that is led day by day. This is the leading energy of someone that is strict in a regimented way of, this happens, then that happens, then this happens, and that happens. And it might cause a lot of conflict because it's making you work hard for it, for whatever it is that's paid or owed. It's like, I'm having to work hard for it. But it's kind of like, what do you want? You know, because I keep hearing that as well. It's like, well, what do you want then? What is it that you want? Do you want this, or do you want them, or do you want me, or do you want this job, or do you want this move? Or, because I'm picking up some of you possibly are moving, but you're waiting for a contract to physically end first before you can move, because this would be something that you signed. If you signed it, okay, this would be the court that's like not come up with a decision yet, and it's very frustrating because the court's not made a decision about this. So that would be a landlord, but that would be someone that you can't really change their mind either way, because it's either one way or the other. But it still feels like, well, we're just continuing to do the same thing. It's like, I just do the same thing every day at work, or we just do the same thing and it just seems to be the same and the same and the same. So the Five of Cups energy is where you have to work around the five, you know, because that is also represents your business, because it's five. Okay, Five of Cups, it doesn't necessarily mean it's emotions, it's still everything in your life. So it seems like everything in your life is being turned upside down and left and right, because you're pulled in two different energy fields of directions of where to go. But this could be someone that's keep directing you where to go or what to do. If someone's directing you and telling you what to do and where to go, and they're very regimented of like, well, where are you going, or what time are you back, and what's, you know, can you do this and can you do that, but where, you know, it's kind of like a confused energy of like, well, I don't know my left from, I'm trying not to swear, but you know what I mean. I don't know which way to go. It's like I feel lost. But it's also a feeling of lost without you here as well. Like I'm going to feel lost without you. So this might be someone that's moving on or trying to move on. But that's what I'm saying. There's still an energy of where someone's stopping you moving on. So there's a decision that you have to make for personal growth of, well, because there's a disagreement energy of like, what are you doing then? Because this is someone that's moving, physically moving. And for them to move, they could be, or you could be, in that energy where that feels like someone in your life for a long time has been in it, but then they're not in it. So it's kind of like, well, I've been in it to win it, but now I have to like bin it, you know, bin it. This person's binning something in this picture here, bidding. I'm hearing bidding on something as well, bidding or gambling, like bidding on something. Like, so it might be a house and you're looking for bids on something to bid it, because this is an auction as well, like auctioning, and you might be bidding stuff that you know you've got to get rid of, that you don't want to get rid of, but you know you possibly have to fit in the time and the space for wherever it is that you're moving. If you are, this might be the fact that you're having to auction stuff off or sell it, and it's causing a lot of like memories that are going to be looked at, where it's like memories at the corner of my mind, the cornerstone. So looking at memories, going through pictures, going through stuff, nostalgia, reflection, wandering. This is like wandering, like I just wonder what to do now, like wandering. Someone wanders around quite a lot, or they're very indecisive of whether they want you or whether they don't want you, and there's that energy of like memories where it's probably triggering you a little bit to do with memorizing. I'm picking up memorizing something. Someone always remembers something. It's like if they cause conflict in your life, it's because they always remember something. It's like, oh, I need to remember something. Okay, so we're going to go on to the other side, Leo. That's your reading so far. So what we do is now, you can find it over on Vimeo or Patron, but we clarify them with a different deck, and we go over the second layer for the last part of the month to tell me really what this is really about. Okay, but we generally went over a few things, but that will be the turn up and the turn out, as how it's going to be turned up and turned over, and advice of what's happening. And I try to break it down with if it's you or them, but you can find these over on Vimeo. And also Patron. Patron gives you 4 to 5 different lots of readings. Okay, it's 08 on the clock now. So, that reading, that number. Some spirit says you might be a lazy person and that you need to do something. Right? So, you might be asking that question to someone, that you need to do something. Okay, something needs to happen or it's going to end or something like that. But yeah, you can find these over on Vimeo or Patreon. If you want, also Patreon gives you access to 4 different readings: monthly, 2 weeklies, and then also the soulmate deeper look into their life and facts and figures and how they feel and stuff like that. And then that gives you a what do you call it? Sorry, but I'm babbling. It's just more cost effective. But if not, you want to use watch this over on Vimeo. So I've just been distracted. On Vimeo, you can find the link below, as long as also a personal reading if you want one too. If you want to also add in a recommended reader, you can do that on the discussion page, and you can add in who you like, and I'll get around to shouting them out on the channel every time I do a different set of readings. Okay, so everything is also below, and I will hopefully see you on the other side. Thanks, Leo. I'll see you soon, guys.